Hello there, this is Dave Allen from Mac 20 Questions, and today I want to have a look at something quite curious. It's an application called Curio. It's one of those applications that you use to work on a project and you want to bring a whole lot of different things all together, and it's quite interesting in that it brings in a lot of different types of files and lets you view them. You can use it for brainstorming and task management and visual thinking, where you want to sort of work out what it is that you want to do with something, and have a number of different types of assets that you work from to sort of get your ideas together. It could be very good, for instance, if you're learning a language and you wanted to bring in different types of file, maybe some pictures, maybe some brainstorming things like mind maps, or maybe just a whole lots of different text. So one thing that you're going to want to do when you first open up Curio is to have a look at the welcome screens. There is a welcome project there that is well worth looking at. This is where I kind of started off. You've got things there that you can do in the handy tips there. So the spacebar key, for instance, if you press and hold the spacebar, it means you can scroll around. If I zoom it up first of all to, let's see, to 200%. Now I'm going to do is hold down the space bar, and the mouse pointer changes to the hand there, and it means I can move it around. If I press the Q key, it zooms it back out again. Go to new idea space from gallery, and you've got a number of things you can choose from there. So maybe you want to do something that is a creative brief, or maybe you want to have a how diagram. Or let's see what else we've got in. We've got study group or meeting plan. Meeting plan is the one that you see there. And let's try a creative brief to see what that's like. Okay, so you create a brief there. You can, as you can see, start filling these things in. So putting in the client's name there. I think basically what this part here is a table. So down here what we've got is something that looks like it's a note, which can be something that you can tick off when it's done, and when that note 1 is completed, then I can click on that and it's done. So I can apply an index card style to that. So change that to chalkboard, click on choose. So there's a whole lot of different things you can do with this to change the way that this brief is looking. This is where I can send an email message. So I'll click on mail, and that'll send feedback, and it's set to go back to Zengobi, which is the maker of Curio. Okay, so that's quite good. We've got other things that we can do with this here. Let's have a look at the interface tool. And over on this left hand side here we've got the organizer. At the top there you've got an inspector bar, and the inspector bar gives you some tools that you can use to do various things. So I've got some text selected. That means I can change the text. I can change it to a different type of text. Maybe we'll have it fluffy. Lovely. Or a handwritten notice, and a trendy button. We've got little arrows in there. So this project center is pointing down to this bottom bit down here. And this is a project that I had owned before. The library. If I do Command Shift and L, that'll bring the library up, and anything that's within this document is available to be put into the project. So for instance, if I want to have this 2 cats picture in there, I can bring that into it, and I've got 2 cats in there. Press Command Shift and L again to get rid of the library out of the way. And another thing that you'll see, I can do this lining up thing here. You've got sizing up here. You've also got the way that you can turn this around, rotate it. I hold down the Command key, you can see that changed, and now I can turn that around. So let's go to a first project, a project in the real world. You can do encryption on this, that's useful, isn't it? And here we've got those index cards again, showing what you can do. There are information things in here about simple notebooks. And what I did first of all when I was opening this up was to compare it with Evernote. Now Evernote's a good little application. Let's bring that over here and put Evernote in there. And Evernote, you can bring a whole lot of different things into Evernote, which is quite nice, but there are some things that you can't do with Evernote that you can do with Curio. So for instance, with this one here, what I might want to do is I might want to bring something into this from a mind map. So let's go to Finder, and let's do a search for some mind map. Well, some of these mind maps are going to be saved as OPML documents, so let's choose OPML there. Choose Japanese steak knives. That'll do. Okay, I'm going to drag that and drop it in there. Now I can convert it to a mind map, insert it as a file, or convert it to a list. So let's convert it to a mind map. So it's quite a simple mind map. If I press enter, I can add more nodes to it. As you can see there, I added an extra node over this side here. So there I have a new node. I pressed enter again. So let's go to this here. And I've got the cursor at the end of that text there. If I press enter once, that makes another sibling type of node. Okay, so again, if I press enter again, it'll give me another sibling. So that's mind mapping, and it is fairly simple mind mapping. You can do other sorts of mind mapping, more so in the other application which I quite like to use, which is called MindNode. So here's MindNode, and this is something which is been worked on in MindNode. Now something which is quite useful here, which you can do Command A, Command C to copy all of that there. So now I'm back in this over here, and what I'm going to do is do Command V, and that's come in there as an outline, which is kind of what a mind mapping thing is, except that it's a visual. And when you do it that way, you don't get the choice as to whether you want to bring it in as a mind map. It just brings it in as an outline. So there you go, that's mind mapping within Curio. This is the first of the videos looking at Curio. Don't forget to subscribe so that you know when the next videos are coming out from Mac 20 Questions. Bye bye now.